Genetic engineering. Does a patent on livestock mean lifelong profits for the inventor? Correspondent Robert Krulwich reports tomorrow on the CBS Morning News.
This is CBS. Coming up, take a news break with Bill and Patti Burns and startling evidence of UFOs on Evening Magazine next. You're watching KDKA-TV 2 Pittsburgh.
Evening Magazine.
They claim that this spaceship has landed in Switzerland. Tonight on Evening Magazine, discover why pictures and eyewitness accounts of this UFO have baffled the experts.
They are the only father and daughter in the entire country to team up together to report the news. Find out how TV became a family career for Bill and Patti Burns.
And see the premiere of this music video featuring the up-and-coming sounds of Hector in Paris.
This is the beautiful Pittsburgh Theological Seminary right here on Highland Avenue, one of many landmarks that the runners in the marathon this Sunday will be passing as they go through East Liberty. Welcome to the show. I'm Liz Miles.
I'm John Burnett, and this is just one of the neighborhoods that we have been and will continue to be highlighting this week that are along the marathon course. And this one has special significance for the runners. You see, at this point in the race, the runners are approaching the 20-mile mark, which means that many of them, right about here, will be hitting the fabled wall, where mental and physical fatigue reach their peaks. So if you're looking for a place to offer the runners maximum support and at the same time enjoy some beautiful scenery right here in front of the seminary, then this may be the place for you.
That's right. Right now, we are going to take a look at a couple of people who have certainly gone the distance in creating successful careers in television. They are the legendary Bill and Patti Burns. And not only are they the most highly rated news team in the country, they are also the only father-daughter team on the air. I spent some time with Bill and Patti recently and found out all about their family career. In Richmond, Virginia, TV8 anchors Mark and Paula Alexander share the same last name and the same address. At KSTP in Minneapolis, Steve Edelman and Sharon Anderson host Good Company. They began keeping company shortly after teaming up on the air and eventually teamed up at the altar. The same thing happened in Columbus, and now WCMH-TV boasts the husband-wife anchor team of Doug Adair and Mona Scott. And in Baltimore, WMAR-TV announced that 20-year news veterans Jack Bowden and Susan White had been named man and wife and at the same time co-anchors. Love on the set provides good chemistry and good ratings in TV stations across the country. Pittsburgh's KDKA-TV offers the most striking example of that, and the only example of this particular kind of love.
Patti, those are the sports.
Well, Dad, in Irving, Texas, Mickey Mantle.
The news team of Bill and Patti Burns, affectionately referred to as Patty and Daddy, is the only father-daughter team in the country. They attract a bigger share of the audience than any other major market newscast, and in Pittsburgh, a bigger share than even Bill Cosby gets. Ratings to be proud of.
They are pretty good. But you know, you're only as good as your last book, so we have to try harder tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah.
Well, yes, we've been very successful with perhaps some of the highest ratings in the country with our show at noon. We consistently average better than 60 to 65% share of the audience, which is quite a bit.
Bill Burns is to Pittsburgh what Walter Cronkite was to the country, an institution.
The United States today announced a project to launch space satellites.
I didn't realize Dad was anything special. I thought everybody's father went off to the newsroom and was on television. It wasn't until I got to be a little bit older that I realized all of my friends' mothers wanted to drive me home and were constantly talking about my father. So that's when I started catching on that it's just a little bit different when your father was on television. And I remember one Thanksgiving, he took me to Western Penitentiary to spend Thanksgiving dinner with the inmates. So I was never disillusioned that this industry was a tremendously glamorous industry.
Bill Burns' daughter grew up in the public eye and gravitated to a career in it. Her career started in Dallas, but in 1974, Patti was homesick, and Daddy said it was time.
Yes, there was pressure from the audience and pressure from management. To tell you the truth, I wasn't too worried about that. I was worried about letting him down. I didn't want to fail him because he had the confidence in me to tell me to come back into a market that he had been in 25 years and with a reputation such as his. So I wasn't going to let him down.
What do you remember about the first newscast that you did at his side?
Oh, I was scared to death. Here I am sitting next to not only one of the most respected newsmen in the city, in the country, but I'm sitting next to my father. And I don't want to look like a jerk, and I want to be professional, and I wanted to make him proud. I was scared to death.
Well, I don't think it's every father in the country has the opportunity to be able to do his life's profession with his daughter doing it with him, and I might say, and with her doing it better. I love being on there with Patti.
And the audience loves it too. There are no two more familiar faces and no more trusted name in Pittsburgh broadcasting.
We've been working together 13 years.
Wow. And how are you going to feel when he retires?
Oh, he's never going to retire. He can't leave me there.
I like to put it this way, that Patti's on the morning side of the mountain, and I'm on the twilight side of the hill.
I hope that any of the fathers and the daughters watching this, or daughters growing up that might be interested in their father's field, would pursue it. Because built in right there, you have the one person that cares about you, that will help you and help you in your career. And it's tough out there. And if you have that advantage and that opportunity of working with your father, boy, take it. Don't worry about criticism or the negatives or things people may say. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's been the most tremendous opportunity of my lifetime.
And what more could a proud father want for his only daughter?
That she continue to have health and happiness. Forget the ratings.
If you are a Patti Burns fan, you'll be happy to know that she is right now working on a special about China. She traveled to China with the Pittsburgh Symphony, and that should be coming up in the near future. As we get closer to the air date of that special, we'll have Patti on the show and have her tell us all what's in store. Coming up next on Evening Magazine, they claim this spaceship has landed in Switzerland. We'll check it out next. Stay with us.